Aligning at the right distance from the other car when parallel parking is usually the step students have the most difficulty with. And most of the time, it's because they approach the car on the right way too fast, so they're either too far, or even worse, too close, which can result in instant failure if you're doing it at the exam. You also shouldn't be aligning yourself parallel to the other car when you're already next to it. You should start doing it when you're more or less at the distance of at least half a car behind it, and then make small adjustments if needed. You should then be moving at walking speed when aligning the mirrors. As for the distance between the cars, you should have more or less 3 feet. Now that is also hard to determine for beginners, so a good trick here is to imagine someone standing between the two cars and align yourself at that distance. The method I recommend in my video on parallel parking is to align our mirror with the other car's mirror, turn the steering wheel 1 turn to the right, back up until the other car's plate is in the middle of the window, then turn the wheel completely to the left and back up until the car is straight. There's a particular reason why I recommend turning the wheel only 1 turn instead of completely on that second step. Some methods recommend that you turn the wheel completely to the right and then back up until your mirror is aligned with the left light of the other car, then turn the wheel completely to the left before backing up. The reason why I prefer the method of turning the wheel just 1 turn on that second step is because if you turn the wheel completely, even if you align yourself correctly to start with, when you'll back up to straighten the car, you might get too close to the car on the right. If you turn the wheel just 1 turn and you align yourself correctly to start with, you'll keep the same distance between you and the other car all the way through. So let's say you had 3 feet between the cars when you aligned yourself, you'll still have those 3 feet all the way through when backing up to straighten the car. This is especially important if you're doing it at the driving exam, because you can fail if you get too close to the other car. How much room you'll have between the cars, or the cones if that's what you'll be using, will depend on where you're passing your test. Most of the time, there'll be enough room to park easily. Sometimes there won't even be a car in the back. Obviously, parking a bigger car will also be harder to do. So if possible, do your exam with a compact car or even smaller. Another thing that will also vary depending on where you're doing your exam is maximum distance allowed from the curb. But generally, try not to exceed 12 inches. Remember, the most important thing at the exam when you're parking is safety. Indicating your intentions, doing your verifications before backing up, and not getting too close to anything. So make sure you don't get too close to the cars, either the one in front when backing up to straighten the car, or the one in the back when positioning yourself. There are situations where you'll have to turn the wheel completely, like when you're parking in a very tight spot. I'll cover that in a future video, but if you have enough room to do it with this method, it's easier and safer. Remember to watch the previous video to get the whole method, and also watch my video on tips on how to align the cars. You have the links for both of them in the video description below. I hope you liked this video. Feel free to like and subscribe. Don't hesitate to ask any questions in the comments, and thanks for watching.